Okay, for our next little highlight, we're going to work with several things. And these were pretty much taken from photographs I took when I was in New Zealand. And this is what inspired it, these wonderful cast shadows. Ooh, that was so much fun. So here you can see I have a drawing I did with my purple pencil, and I actually put in a lot of the dark shapes. It's not just a simple contour. I actually got in and did some shadowing too. It was kind of fun. After I drew it at this stage, I turned it around and decided I liked it better from this angle. So I'm actually going to paint it from this angle. And what I'm going to show you now is another way that you can approach working with the watercolor pencils. Before you saw me wet areas and sand in color on dry paper. Now you're going to see where I drew this entire piece on dry paper, but I'm going to make it look spontaneous by wetting it. So just putting some water. Ooh, lots of water. So now I can make it look rather spontaneous. And if you have too much water, which obviously I do, I can just grab my thirsty brush and lift out some of the areas that I would like to retain the feeling of the light touching. So my light is coming from this direction. My cast shadows are going to go this direction. So I'm going to just lift out a few of these areas that got a little bit runny. But I purposely put all that extra color on there because I wanted this effect. And if you'll notice, I have some resist here. I took a flexible blade and I dipped it into masking and actually did these fuzzy bottoms here with this masking because I wanted to hold the whiteness of the roots. Here, I'll show you in a finished piece. You can see I wanted this extra white attention here to the root system. So I did mask that out ahead of time. Now I'm just going to continue painting and putting in some of these yellows I was talking about. I'm going to use a combination of my Winsor yellow, which would be the brightest yellow on my palette. And I'm also going to use some of the quinacridone gold, which is a lovely, if you don't have quinacridone gold on your palette, I recommend it. It is absolutely fantastic. Of course, I'm going to want to draw in a few of these roots. And then I might even put in a little quinacridone burnt orange to paint in a few of these lovely stems that you see across the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint this for now. Wow, this is the fun part. Now we're going to try to capture the cast shadows. You can see how they look like they're floating now, but just coming in with a little bit of this cast shadow makes all the difference. So I put a little bit of my blue, just put a little cobalt blue in here. And what I'm going to do is think about all these great little stringy patterns coming out here. This is the best. And all you can do are little sections at a time. Don't get carried away, try to do too much. Just think about how much of this can we actually do at one time. So I'm just going to do about this much. Grab my sandpaper, grab my blue color. These little edges are my favorite part. And blow it away. Now, if you want it to look a little more fluid, obviously you can just come in and pull some of this out. But this is how I would continue to do this. And then I want to have just a little more intense contrast over here. So I'm actually going to activate those a little bit. Just let them melt out. But I like that spotted look. There, I'm happy with that. And as you can see, I've just continued on. The fun part is trying to get a nice counter movement going. You can see how I have shapes coming down and I have shapes going across. And this is really important to get that nice cruciform composition going. How much variety can you put into this? Not only in color, but in shape and size. So I hope you enjoy it.